children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadows.
Hello, I'm Marine. Welcome back to Moderation While Meets for a Game. And it's Monday, so that means it's time to look at more myths and urban legends from around the world. And we're once again heading back to Japan, where we pretty much determined that everything there that you can do would probably kill you. Don't go outside, don't go inside that house, don't watch that video, don't go to that website, don't go to the country, don't go to the hospital, don't play that game, don't go to the toilet, and don't take a bath. But I think you pretty much get the point. We've covered stories like Slipmouth, aka the Kuchisaki Onna, where even saying the wrong thing could end up killing you. But each of these still require you to do at least one thing wrong. But the story of Cowhead, or Gozu, is one about a scary story that is considered the scariest horror story ever written, and it's supposed to be so terrifying that you will die of fright after hearing it. According to legend, a horrific short story called Cowhead was discovered in Japan in the 17th century. The actual origins of the story are still shrouded in mystery. Several written accounts from this era make reference to the awful story, but they only mention its title and describe it as too terrible to tell. Rumor states that upon hearing the dreadful tale, listeners are overcome with terror so great that they tremble violently for days, until they finally die of fright. The Cowhead story was deemed too dangerous, and most existing copies were burned years ago. The few copies that survived were cut into sections and distributed across the country. Today, it is believed that only fragments of the original stories still exist. Most of the actual details about the story remain unknown even today. The unfortunate people who read the stories never live long enough to repeat them. One recent rumor tells of an elementary school teacher who inexplicably came into possession of one of the fragments of the original story. And according to the rumor, the teacher was taking his class on a field trip, and they were in the habit of entertaining students on the bus with different ghost stories. The students, who tended to become unruly on such long trips, grew remarkably subdued as they listened to the teacher's horrifying tales. Many of them seemed truly frightening. After some time, the teacher announced that he would be telling them the legendary forbidden tale called Cowhead. Before he could finish the first sentence of the story, however, the children began to panic. "Stop," they cried, "don't tell us." One child turned pale and covered his ears, and the others began to scream. But the teacher refused to stop. They say his eyes went blank as he proceeded to tell the story as if some unseen force took over him. Almost an hour later, the teacher regained his senses and found that the bus was crashed into a ditch. The students have all fainted and were foaming at the mouth. The bus driver was slumped over the wheel, sweating and shivering. It was unclear what happened next, except that that teacher never told the story of Cowhead ever again. So now it's official. You can even die even if you hear the wrong thing. And that about does it for this video. If you have any other ideas like seeing made into a video, then please post it down in the comments below, and we'll add it to our next viewer request week.
It's now time for the part of the show where we ask you to help us appease the YouTube algorithm by dropping a like, share, or comment. It helps out much more than you'd think.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, then it's very much appreciated. And if you'd like to support this channel, then please visit our Patreon. Link will be down in the description below. Even if you can't give a lot, every little bit helps. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Anyway, I'm Runya.
And I'm Ada.
Remind you to take life in moderation.
Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murdering beauty and passion. Hush now, dear children.